Lance, Lynette, Steve, Jamie, and
2.1 million deaths annually. So how many dogs and cats at a shelter are euthanized each year, according to the Humane Society of the United States? The American Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals calculates approximately 2.7 million animals are adopted each year. Of the dogs entering the shelter, 35% are adopted, 31% are euthanized, and 26% that came in as strays are returned to their owners. Of the amount of cats that are in the shelter, 37 are adopted, 41% are euthanized, and less than 5% are returned to their owners that came in as strays. Through the research for this speech and personal experience, I'm very knowledgeable on this topic. I've owned pets my entire life. I've recently adopted Ingrid, a Shepherd Retriever mix, from the shelter. I adopted my last two pets, a dog and a cat, from the shelter as well. I know firsthand there are many excellent pets that end up there because they got lost. The owners are no longer take care of them, or the owners just did not know how much work and care a pet needed and could not dedicate the time for it. I'm going to persuade you to ignore the pet shops and the breeders and instead get you to adopt a pet from the shelter instead. I'm going to talk to you about why shelter animals are the best choice for a new pet and the extra benefits you get from bringing one into your home. I know that most of you have a pet or will have a pet sometime in your life. According to the American Veterinary Medical Foundation, 69.9% of American households own a pet. The decision is important to you, your community, and the animals you save. When you're interested in getting a new pet, instead of buying an animal from a breeder, save a pet from the shelter. Problem is that a million of animals were relinquished by their previous owners from a good home. You can ask the staff if the pet was owner surrender or if they're a stray. If they are owner surrender, you can ask them what the owner said about them. Quite often pets are given up because owners of finances or housing issues. According to the Best Friends Animal Society, buying an animal from a breeder or pet shop will cost you anywhere from $500 to $1,000, if not more. Adopting a pet will cost you anywhere from $20 to $200, depending on the agency you adopt it from. If you adopt, you fight against puppy and kitty mills. The mills profit by selling pets to the pet shops as quickly as possible. The North Star Animal League in America reports females are forced to breed litter after litter until they're no longer able to breed anymore. This results in poor health, genetic defects due to inbreeding, and poor socialization due to lack of human interaction. By adopting a pet from a shelter, you save a life of a perfectly good animal. Shelters ensures that your pets are all up to date on all their vaccinations, as well ensure they're spayed or neutered. Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals reports that shelters are overcrowded and have been for several decades. In order to help reduce the population and be part of the solution, it is important to have your pet sterilized. Sterilization of your pet is the only 100% effective method of birth control. In most shelters, spaying and neutering is mandatory in all dogs, cats, and rabbits. This ensures that they do not contribute to the overpopulation of your community. Room is then opened up in the shelter for other animals in need of care. Resources are made available to other animals the moment you decide to adopt your new pet. You're able to select the age, type, and personality of your new pet. According to PETA, People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, most pre-owned dogs are house trained. Many of them are in foster care. Foster care is the parents live with animals and are with them 24/7, and they can tell you about their habits and their personality. It is best if the pet is at a shelter, the staff volunteers may be able to tell you what they're like. You can also ask about the health and behavioral evaluations the pet has undergone since arriving at the shelter. My solution for adopting a pet is visualized. There will be less animals euthanized annually and more pets redeemed to a loving environment. A great pet will find a new home and a family to love, just like Ingrid. She and her sister dog Gertrude are inseparable. Pets are good for emotional, psychological, and physical well-being. According to helpguide.org, caring for a pet will help you make a healthy lifestyle changes, increasing physical activity, providing companionship, meeting new people, reducing anxiety, adding structure and routine to your day, and providing sensory stress relief. Most importantly, you save the life of your new pet. Pet that may have just been given up because of a move or financial issues, not because it's done anything wrong. How can you help? You can help by adopting from a shelter when you're ready to meet your new best friend. Quick internet search will point you in the right direction of a shelter close to you. Most people don't think about going to a shelter when they're looking for a new pet. You begin by searching adopting pets on an online database. You can go to the shelter and meet them, or with over 20 shelters in the greater San Antonio area, you can go down to the shelter and spend time getting to know the animals there. Whether you volunteer to walk the dogs or clean the cats' cages, you're able to see how the pets interact with you and other animals. Once you've chosen a pet, you complete an application. The shelter reviews the application and completes an informal consultation to ensure that you are a match for the pet. Shelter review the medical and behavioral records, explain what service is available to you and the pet, and will help you choose the right supplies. According to Helping Hands Humane Shelter, the shelter and staff is a great source of information as they work with animals every day. You can contact the animal in the shelter anytime you adopt the animal for more information. Hardest part of adopting a pet is deciding on which pet to adopt. You meet so many sweet animals at the shelter that are housebroken, loving, and ready to prove to you they are worth saving. I interacted with several dogs before I chose Ingrid. All the other dogs are good dogs. Before choosing Ingrid, though, Ingrid met all my needs and got along with my daughter. I refused to buy an animal when there are so many wonderful pets waiting for their new home. If adopting a pet is not an option at this time, you still want to help, consider volunteering at a shelter. Donating items such as leashes, blankets, or food, or fostering an animal for a shorter period than adopting entails. When you donate to the shelter, you're saving the lives of homeless dogs and cats in your community. Your gift goes directly towards giving them the best care possible before finding their permanent home. Thank you.